There were times where we had conflicts, but not as a coach and a cricketer. I think it was more between a father and a son, because he was my coach, and I had to sacrifice so many things, and that was a big challenge between a son and a father.
Could you tell us at what point did you feel that, playing India is the goal, is the dream that you're chasing, and that is the goal that you'll reach one day?
All of the stories that I've gathered are from his dad, from his family, from his friends.
So it's from people around him.
From people around him. He just it was almost like a finished product when he.
She's been your manager, and she's looking about for your entire workforce for a few years now.
Yeah.
So how has it changed your game and your life also?
You will have a lot of obstacles in your journey, so don't try and run away from the obstacles. Don't try and run away from the difficult path one might have to follow.
You are too concerned about him not being selected in the World Test Championship in 2023.
If I knew that my family is doing a lot of sacrifices, they are saving some money so that I can buy a cricket bat.
The role of these three women in his life, it has been quite significant.
Yeah. So, of course, the values instilled in him by his mother. You can't really. My role is nothing in compared to what.
No, not as a comparison.
Yeah. You can't compare. So
one of the most memorable series I would say is 2018 series in Australia. Winning on the Australian soil, winning the Test series for first ever. It was the first ever Indian team's victory on the Australian soil.
Hello, we are here for a unique conversation. We have with us Indian cricket star Cheteshwar Pujara, and the reason being the first of its kind book written by his wife Puja Pujara. And this is one of the kind books, that is firstly written by a cricketer's spouse, because most of these books we only see, post-retirement written by cricketers from their lens. But this is one. So Puja has penned down an unusual memoir. She has given an honest account of the incredible journey of boy in Rajkot who grew up playing cricket and with a habit of defying the odds. So here we have both of them, and playing a champion batsman who's played more than 100 plus tests. Cheteshwar will always be remembered for almost single-handedly taking India to a series win in Australia in 2018-19. It was never done before, and this year we found out that how difficult it continues to be. So starting with Puja, with the book itself, you wrote down, such a memoir, which I believe is one of its kind. And this is one of the rare cricketing memoirs, which talks purely about the cricketer's journey and not about the surrounding controversies or, dressing room conversations, which people would usually expect from a cricketing memoir. So where did this writing spree start from? Did you always write a diary in school or in college, and this was a conscious decision to put it this way, like to keep it raw?
Yes, it was a very conscious decision, because I was venturing into something that was very new. It was not done before. And the other aspect was that I never had a diary or so while growing up.
Okay.
But his journey, sometimes I would just have a chat with my father-in-law, or I would get to know a few things from him. It really, really inspired me. And so I would just make notes of things I was learning, I was, in awe of, and
Okay.
it was kind of, in the process, I would just have goosebumps hearing few of the stories. So I would just make notes of it, and I had all these notes collected with me, thinking that someday maybe, a child will read it and gain some inspiration, on a day maybe she needs some inspiration. So the idea was never to kind of have a book written or so. It was just done with a very pure intention to maybe learn something or reflect, look back, take inspiration, maybe go back, and maybe he needs the help someday. So just to kind of, so it was a very, very organically done thing. And then in 2021, like I mentioned, in the book as well, it was his idea, and we decided to,
Yes, I read
materialize
that in
it.
the book.
Yeah.
So, are you still writing?
I do.
Okay.
So even like while I've been journaling so many years in my life, I don't do it every day. I try to do it as much as I can, and I try to like keep it. Keep the things which are not repetitive, but at the same time, it gives me some essence, some purpose. So I still have. I do journal yet.
Okay, so it's not just for unwinding, but it also something that helps your own cause.
Yes.
I see. So I have to ask you this.
Yeah.
I came to know about Cheteshwar Pujara, the person who's behind this legendary cricketer, because honestly, I didn't know much about cricket before I read the book as much.
Yeah.
So how has it been? Can you please take us, if you don't mind, some of the discussions that you two had about the book, and also, now that it's out, how do you feel having been written about by someone with whom you share your life's journey?
Well, I feel really proud about it, without any doubt, because when I first read the book, I was very impressed with the way she had written about the journey. And also, I was finding it very interesting, although many stuff, or almost all the stuffs I knew, but the way she described it, the way she penned it down, it was a proud moment for me. And when the first idea started, the first conversation we had was that she had all the liberty to write the way she wants, because I told her that I won't interfere, that you cannot write about this part of my life, or you can't write this, or you need to write about this. So I gave her the freedom that she can write whatever she wants, because I'm an introvert person, and I knew that there'll be some things which I may not like, which might come out in the book. But I told her that I'm okay with that, as long as you are putting your honest effort, and you are because she wanted to tell the unfiltered story, and that's what she has tried doing it. And that's why I think the book has come out really well, and where she has shown the strengths and you can't call it weaknesses, but every human being has a different side of him.
A learning curve.
A learning curve, yeah. So it has been described in the book.
So you two sat down, and were there conversations when you were telling about? No, it wasn't like that.
It was not like that. He read the book maybe once it was like 80% ready.
Okay. So that was much later.
Much
and
later.
It had started
Much
already.
later.
Yeah.
But once in a while, I would just ask him, "Oh, can you just tell me, what happened in 2020, in 2009?" Just things like that.
Okay.
I want to know about this particular incident, or I want to know about this particular injury when I was not in his life.
Right, of course.
So I would ask him once in a while, "Do you recollect this thing that had happened to you when you were a young kid?" And then sometimes if he recollected, he would. But all of the stories that I've gathered are from his dad, from his family, from his friends.
So it's from people around him.
From people around him. He just, it was almost like a finished product when he...
Okay, so he saw it only then.
Yes.
So do you think that this book will help change the general perception people have about cricketers' lives? That and make them see the everyday sacrifices that go behind making.
Yeah, and it will also show it is when we are talking about a cricketer's journey, cricketers are always put in front, because if there is any success or if there is any praise, it will always be about me. But people don't know that it takes she has mentioned that it takes a village for a person to be successful. And for me, it has been my wife, my father, my mom when she was around, my in-laws, my friends, so many relatives, my spiritual guru, my auntie. So there are so many people who has helped me to be successful, or to be who I am today. So the people who have helped me behind the scenes, who are not being praised, because not many people are aware about it, but this book will give one, as Pooja was mentioning, it will inspire many people because there have been ups and downs in my journey, and every person goes through ups and downs. But when you know that these are the ups and downs which a successful person goes through, but despite that, if you can work hard, you can overcome those challenges.
I see that. So can we go back a bit, to the cricketing, the early cricketing days, You grew up playing cricket back in Rajkot, where every other kid used to play some or the other sport. But I gather from the book that, and other, articles that were published about you, that, but their dreams were mostly limited to getting a job at the railways, But except for a rare few like you who clearly dreamt big. So, could you tell us at what point did you feel that playing India is the goal, is the dream that you're chasing, and that is the goal that you'll reach one day?
It was something which my father told me that if you want to play cricket, you should be aiming to play at the highest level, because if you want to be part of this game, if you want to become a professional cricketer, don't aim for the for just playing for the state level or just to get a job. Don't play cricket for that, because you just should play cricket if you love this game, if you are passionate about this game, and if you want to represent your country. That should be your goal. And don't just play this game in between. Just when you are involved in this game, try and be involved fully in this game. Have your commitment to this game, have enough discipline if you want to be successful in this game. So that was something which was taught to me by my father. This was his dream as well. He has played first class cricket for Saurashtra.
Right.
He himself wanted to play for the Indian team, but which he unfortunately he couldn't. But as a coach, he has been successful, and he wanted his son to represent the nation, and ultimately he could fulfill that dream.
So when he was giving those cricketing lessons, did you look at him as your father, as the coach? Was there ever a conflict in that, or were you very clear, that this is my dream also? That
Yes, I was very clear that it was my dream. It was a dream which we saw it together. There were times where we had conflicts, but not as a coach and a cricketer. I think it was more between a father and a son, because he was my coach, and there were times where he wanted a complete discipline from a child. And when I was 10, 12 years old, at that time, I didn't know what professional cricket was. I was learning the game. But at the same time, you have hobbies as a kid. And I had to sacrifice so many things. And that was a big challenge between a son and a father.
What were the hobbies? Because we just know of cricket. So if you could tell us.
For me, the challenges where I wanted to play tennis ball cricket, which he told me that you can't do that if you want to.
He's completely against it.
He was. Also, I wanted to celebrate a lot of festivals like other kids, but I wasn't allowed to celebrate festivals. I wasn't allowed to stay awake after 9 p.m. I had to go to bed by 9 p.m. and wake up early every day. Well, I never had a day off, even on a Sunday. So those are the sacrifices I had to make when I was young.
And you made your peace with them?
I did. Over a period of time, I did. Early
He's
on.
now that kid who is staying awake late.
He's
like
now that
things have changed now. Yeah.
I see that. So, it's very, it's a related question. So, since ours is a platform for those, with an inspiring tale, and so I just wanted to ask, like, while growing up, what should your focus be? When you're in your teens. So, I mean, isn't it too unrealistic to aim to be a test star while you're growing up? Would you even know that? But people who are playing now, who want to, who dream of being a cricketer. So what do you want to say about?
Well, you have to be very committed to what you are doing. One is you need to believe that you can achieve anything with your hard work, with your discipline, with your temperament, with your commitment. So if you are committed, then I don't think there is anything which can stop you. But yes, you have to have enough patience, because this game is something which will not give you result in a year or a couple of years. It's a process which you need to follow over a period of time, and you need to be disciplined and have enough patience and have enough faith in your ability. Because there are times where you will be challenged, there are times where your performance will go up and down, and you will have a lot of obstacles in your journey. So don't try and run away from the obstacles, don't try and run away from the difficult path one might have to follow. So stick to your path, have enough self-belief, and eventually you will get results. But don't have any doubts, because if you are doubting your ability, or if you're doubting that whether can I be a successful cricketer, if there is a question mark, then you can't become a successful cricketer, because you need to be sure that this is something which you love. And when you love the game, when you are passionate about the game, you will answer a lot of questions when uh, we are when the difficult situation arises, when there is a tough time, you will find an answer if you are committed to the game.
So they should be ready for the discipline.
Yes, definitely.
I see. So, both your father and mother's role has been exceptional in your journey, especially in your case. So, playing an expensive game like cricket day after day, knowing and being confident of, of the end result. So, as a child, when you were, playing dressed in whites, what were your thoughts? And Pooja has mentioned this in great detail in the book. So, what's your take on it?
Well, as a child, you can't think a lot that what will happen in the future. But at the same time, it is important to enjoy the game. As a child, you start playing this game because you love this game. But at the same time, it is important to enjoy the game. And rather than taking a burden of being successful, being able to perform all the time, if you enjoy the game, then the rest of the things will always follow. And for me, it was always about enjoying playing this game, being on the field, whether we are fielding, whether we are batting,
or a net session.
or a net session. Yeah, because you need to enjoy each and every part of this game. And as I grew up a bit more, then you understand that there are different aspects of this game. You need to work on your fitness, you need to work on your fielding. If you are a batter, you still need to work a little bit on your bowling. That can help the team. So learn to accept or learn to adapt to different aspects of the game. And at the same time, this game has a lot of different aspects, and you need to learn each and everything.
You were really young when you was started learning playing cricket. Were you aware of what are the struggles that my father is doing, or my mother, what are they doing for to keep you playing, to keep you in the game?
Yeah, I was aware, because I belong to a middle class family, and at that time, to run the house, we had limited financial help. So when I first played with an English willow bat, which was quite expensive at that time, and even now I think it is very expensive, but at that time, to afford a cricket bat was a big challenge. So I knew that my family is doing a lot of sacrifices. They are saving some money so that I can buy a cricket bat. So I was aware that they are making a lot of sacrifices just that so that I can become a successful cricketer. It also puts you under a bit of a pressure as a
That's
kid.
what I was about to.
It does. It did put me under pressure, but at the same time, you become a responsible kid. So you become mature at an early age. And that's when you start showing a bit more commitment, because if you're not successful, then you will try harder to be successful in the next game. And at an early age, if you are taking that responsibility, it also teaches you a lot of things.
That's such a good lesson for those who actually trying to get into the game. And just after this, how important do you think these early days struggle have been in shaping him as a person also, not just a cricketer?
100%. Like, see, that's what defines you as a person that you turn out to be, right? The values his mother instilled in him. And when they started playing the sport, there was no guarantee of success, whether he's going to become a cricketer, he's not going to become a cricketer. So, but the values instilled in him, of hard work, perseverance, commitment, discipline, those things are going to help you in becoming a good human being. They're going to help you in any profession that you opt for, be it cricket or otherwise. And most important of all of it was patience. Okay, because
A lot of it, yeah.
a lot of it, because there's no guarantee for success, and you have to be patient, and you have to be ready when your turn comes.
Right.
So all the values that his parents really worked hard to give him, they are the reason of the person he is.
I can see that from the book. I gathered that from the book. Yeah. And you've come to know that.
Yeah. And those are the things that I kind of drew a lot of inspiration from.
Oh, okay. So it is an inspiration that
Yes,
becomes an inspiration.
100%.
I see that. This reminds me of an incident you wrote. It was very, I mean, at that time it must have been very serious, but when you read it, it's a bit, it makes you smile.
Yeah.
So, you were just 13 when you started traveling to other states on your own with, and there's this incident when you were robbed of your belongings while on a train, and you called your father, and when you met him, you were not the least bit perturbed, at least not seemingly, at least maybe you didn't show him. So that is not very common of a teenager, who's been, who's gone through this rigor, and then. So what were you thinking? What was it? What were your thoughts?
At that time, it was the entire focus was on cricket, and I was about to play an important game after that. So the bigger worry was how do I
Get
prepare?
another kit.
Get another kit. How do I prepare for the next game? Whether I'll get my kit in time. But I mean, as a teenage,
It's also like you don't get opportunities as a child, right? So I think the struggle was, I hope I get to play the game, I don't mind doing it on a borrowed kit as well. So, and as he mentioned, that sheer love for the game that he had, and just the fun and just to show up and, just get to put on your whites and go bat all day. So.
And he told you this during some of the conversations, or was it for the book?
I got to know everything from everybody else apart from him. So my father-in-law is a great storyteller.
I'm sure, because he has all the stories told here.
He has also. He's a great storyteller. So he told me lots of it, like it was almost like I got so much of his childhood from his uncle, from his dad. And then I would ask him, because he has a little bit of a poor memory. So he was like, oh, is it? I remember this also happened. Okay, fine, fair enough.
When I read that, I was like, okay, it has a line that he didn't say a word, just a few, and then they just walked off. How could that be?
But my father-in-law always, he's not just telling a story like he's also, there's some moral attached to it.
Yes, and
the responsibility he shows at that age, and the maturity, and the grace with which he's trying to handle.
Truly,
So there's he wouldn't just tell it because, oh, this is an incident that happened. There is some learning, and maybe it is showing his adamancy, or maybe it is showing his grit, or maybe it's showing his maturity, but there is a lesson always.
Also the focus he had, that he was just focused on the game. It didn't matter,
Yes.
if whatever happens. I think that focus is unmatched.
Yes.
I'd have to say that. Also, you've come so far to this point in life from where you started learning cricket as a child. What is your most cherished memory of the game so far?
Well, there have been many, but if I have to single out one, one is from my childhood, the dream which we had as a family to represent the nation when it was fulfilled in 2010. That was the proudest moment for the entire family. But after that, just talking about one particular series, if one of the most memorable series I would say is 2018 series in Australia. Winning on the Australian soil, winning the Test series for first ever. It was the first ever Indian team's victory on the Australian soil. So that was one of the most memorable Test series I've been part of.
That's one of everybody remembers also. Puja, so coming back to the present day, in the book you mention a great deal about his mother, who battled a life-threatening disease, and then yet she put on a brave face while keeping the house in order, keep doing everything else. Also about his aunt who's and guiding him in life, and then you came. So the role of these three women in his life, it has been quite significant. How do you see your contribution in it?
See, firstly, you can't compare because it's very different.
Of course.
And the only thing is, every person, the entire family, just wanted to support him. So of course the values instilled in him by his mother, you can't really, my role is nothing in compared to what
not as a comparison.
You can't compare. So so his mother instilled the values of being a good human being first, and just doing things in the right way, and being a good person first. His aunt, if I talk about his aunt, I've met her in person, and when we got engaged, and she was for 2 years. She passed away in 2015. So I've met her, and she helped him with spiritual growth.
Right.
So that is a different type of growth, that she kind of not just introduced, because it was introduced by Cheteshwar's mom itself,
Right.
but she helped him grow on that path. And then I came into his life, and I was like looking after more of the day-to-day aspects of the life, and how to facilitate, which has importance. I don't deny it one bit. But just the day-to-day aspects, how can we get better, be it nutrition, be it helping his finances, be it helping managing his work, or be it just helping becoming good at and just being at peace with his game. So there are a lot of other aspects that I kind of came in and trying to fill the gaps that are missing. Yeah, so sometimes I'm a stylist, sometimes cook.
I saw that movie where I'm forgetting his name, who played the great boxer, where he said, I have some gaps, you have some gaps, we kind of fill in, we kind of fit in together.
True.
So I'm just forgetting the name. One of the Rocky, what was that movie?
I am not aware. Okay. But so my job is to fill in the gaps.
Sylvester Stallone's movie, I remember. So this gap line kind of fits well there. She's just written a book, and she's been your manager, and she's looking about for your entire work for a few years now. So how has it changed your game and your life also?
Well, life has been very balanced since the time we have been engaged, and since the time we are married. We have grown as a couple, without any doubt. From the time she has started managing stuff at home and in my personal career, like the finances, and even a lot of other things, the commercial aspects of the game. From the time she has taken over, and from the time she has been looking after all those things, my burden is less. I can focus on the game, and I don't have to look after the other things. So for me, it has helped me with the time. It has also it also helps me with the things which I need to do for the cricketing aspect. So it has helped me immensely, and my burden is less, for sure.
That's such a huge relief, isn't it? In the book you wrote that your mother was also very spiritually inclined. Then you met your husband, who's deeply rooted into it. Have you taken to this way of life now? And also another question, were you intrigued by this fact, when you got to know him, that a young man who's so inclined to know God, did it intrigue you at all?
100%. 100%.
It's very rare to find.
Yeah. So, my mom's very spiritually inclined. Even he's also pretty, this thing. So I'm still on, and I feel, spirituality finds you. You can't be like, okay, so you have to be on that learning curve, and I am still growing, but I want to do it when it comes to me, rather than just push myself into it. I truly understand the value, and and I am in a lot of ways, spiritually inclined, but not in the same way.
Not in the same
the blind faith that my mother has and he has. I wish I can someday, but I am more the person who has a lot of questions.
I read about the vacation that you went in, that you couldn't wake up because it's that cold there that you really cannot wake up early. So it was really intriguing. So can I ask you this? Your guru passed away last year.
No, it's
2
years.
3 years.
2022.
2022. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you talk? Would you want to say something about him?
Yep, I think he's someone whom my mother used to follow.
Okay.
And I started going to Gondal because his ashram is in Gondal, and my mother used to take me there. So I used to go there as a child, and then as I grew up, I started talking to my Guruji, and then when my cricketing journey started, that's when I came very close to my Guruji, because there were a lot of questions in my head which I wanted to consult to Guruji, and he guided me through that journey. And from, say, being a 14-year-old kid till my Guruji passed away, I've been talking
He's
to
still
him.
that 14-year kid only.
Yeah,
It's
for my
just the
Guruji
name, of
I am.
course.
Yes,
And
yes.
my Guruji also has seen the journey, so he knows the ups and downs of what I went through. But at the same time, I've grown as a person because of his guidance. There have been a lot of challenges which I don't think I would have been able to deal with deal with it without my Guruji's guidance, because he's someone who has guided me in my tough times, and to handle all the pressure, all the tough moments in the life. It's never easy, and I thought that the kind of mental toughness is, if I have, I mean, many people talk about how am I mentally tough, and thanks to, I would say, thanks to my Guruji, who has guided me, and he told me certain things which I did, and which gave me a lot of strength in my life.
So he was very integral to every moment of your life, right?
Yes, he was, and he has taught me many things, not just in cricket but even in life.
Including the wedding.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I see that. It was very nice to know this, because I follow a bit of this myself, so I understand the importance
Yeah.
and the depth that it has.
Yeah.
There have been times when you were not playing for long gaps, and including the injuries, and back in not playing important tournaments. So, but your determination at practicing remains the same. So, what keeps you motivated through all of this? Through these long, huge gaps where you don't know what's next.
Yeah, well, one is I enjoy playing cricket no matter where I'm playing. So for me, it's about just enjoying each and every match which I play, whether it's at the highest level or whether it's at the club level. So even if I'm just practicing and I'm not playing any matches, I enjoy that. I enjoy my process. I enjoy my practice sessions. So you can't think about the result, what is going to eventually happen. You can't think of a result and then practice. So for me, it's about being in the present, enjoying my cricket wherever I am. Even if it's a net session, I try and enjoy it, and then whatever comes next, I'll be prepared for it. I'll be ready for it. You never know when the opportunity comes, so you just have to be prepared as a cricketer for whatever next opportunity you get.
In the book, there's this conversation where you are too concerned about him not being selected in the World Test Championship in 2023, if I'm right.
After that, yeah.
After that, yeah. And then he says this, I'll just quote this from the book: "I'm at peace no matter what." And then you say, no, but it still bothers you as a partner. It's heartbreaking, of course. So now that it is, I mean, the book is out, and has it helped you, made you make your peace with it?
Yeah.
Putting it out in the public?
No, not like that. The peace is a journey. Like you have to find your peace at your own pace. And at that point in time, whatever I was feeling, because it was very immediate and very, responsive to whatever incident that happened. But over a period of time, I made my peace with it. It has nothing to do with the book.
Okay.
Or otherwise. I mean, you can't relate the two, but yeah, I've made my peace.
So it was the process.
It was I needed some time to understand and process it.
Because in the book you say that you started writing, and then it just kind of
So
So
I was
did
writing, but
writing
I just put more. I was putting more of my time, and I was investing more of my time in telling this beautiful tale rather than just
that's much better.
Yeah.
So are you familiar with his kind of piece now?
no. It'll take one lifetime, I think, to get there.
So you have a lifetime together. What would you want to say to young cricketers, who are training to be professional cricketers at this time? Now, at this time when we have IPL, people are not playing that kind of cricket, when they're just looking at IPL and these guys. So
Well,
It's
becoming a
changed.
cricketer
Yeah.
is a journey which one needs to follow. So don't try and think of a shortcut. All I would say is that one is keep believing in your ability, but at the same time, it's a journey, it's a process which takes many years. So when you start learning the game, you might take 1, 2, 3 years to learn the game, and then to become a professional cricketer, it takes 5, 7. For some cricketers, it almost takes 10 years to achieve that success. So it doesn't happen overnight, but keep believing in your ability, and eventually if you keep working hard, if you keep loving the game, if you are passionate about the game, you will eventually become successful.
I mean, the message you just gave,
Yeah.
because I mentioned the IPL because people are just looking forward to it, and so many people are getting so famous. So that art of Test cricket is kind of, getting. So would you, just say that how important it is?
Well, it is important to play the game, and for me, when I started playing cricket, it was always about representing the nation. And as a young cricketer, if you are starting your journey, always aim to represent the country. And at the same time, yes, IPL is very popular, and you should be playing the IPL. There is no doubt about that. But your goal as a cricketer should always be to represent the country, whether you're playing T20 format, whether you're playing ODI cricket, whether you're playing Test
Yeah.
cricket. Uh, try and aim to represent the country first, and at the same time, yes, you should be part of the IPL also, because IPL is very popular, and as a
Yeah.
young cricketer, you shouldn't be missing out on that opportunity also.
So that is also important.
Yeah.
I hope the people who are training to be cricketers are watching this and taking the important cues from here. And here's wishing you all the very best with the book. I hope more and more people read it. And I really loved reading it, which actually made me familiar with the game and how a cricketer's life is. And we're so glad that you gave us this time. I didn't even think that you would give us, enough time. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.